Hello, dear students, and welcome to a new mathematics adventure. This lesson is prepared and presented by Dr. Taha Abdelaal. Today, we're going to get to know the number system a little better, and we'll be focusing on understanding place value and rounding decimal numbers. So get ready to explore how numbers can tell some really amazing stories. Here's the roadmap for our adventure today. First, a quick welcome to the world of numbers. Then, we'll figure out where every single digit belongs. After that, we're going to cross the decimal point, learn a super easy way to round numbers, and then it's your turn to practice. Ready? Let's get started. Okay, first up, let's kick things off with something you probably already know a little bit about: whole numbers. Have you ever wondered why the digit 2 in the number 20 means something different than the 2 in 200? Well, it's all about its special place and its value.
Let's take a look at this number together, 3,427. Now, it might look like just one big number, but it's really made up of 4 different digits, and believe it or not, each one of them has its own special job to do.
So let's break this down. That 3 isn't just a 3, it's sitting in the thousands place, so it really means 3 thousands. The 4 is in the hundreds place, which means 4 hundreds. The 2 stands for 2 tens, and the 7 is in the ones place. See how its position, its place, gives each digit its power? Pretty cool, right?
So we've got a good handle on whole numbers. But what happens when we need to talk about parts of a whole? Like a piece of a pizza or the coins you get back as change. That's where decimals come in to save the day.
And this little dot right here, well, it's kind of the hero of this part of our story. The decimal point is a super important separator. Everything on the left side is a whole number. And everything on the right? Those are the parts of a whole, the fractions. It's like a little bridge connecting two different worlds.
Okay, let's check out a new number, 56.37. See that decimal point right in the middle? It's sending us a message. It's telling us that we have 56 whole things and then some smaller pieces left over. So let's find out what those pieces are.
Here's how it works. The 5 and the 6 are on the whole number team, representing 5 tens and 6 ones. But after we cross that decimal point, the 3 is in the tenths place and the 7 is in the hundredth place. They show us parts that are smaller than one whole thing.
So, why does all this matter? Well, because decimals are literally everywhere. When you look at a price tag in a store, or when you measure your height, or even when you're timing a race, you're using decimals. Understanding them really helps make the world around you make a whole lot more sense.
All right, team, let's learn a super useful new skill. It's called rounding. Sometimes we don't really need all the tiny, exact details of a number. Rounding helps us simplify them, and that makes them a lot easier to talk about and to work with. And guess what? There's a secret to it. It's a simple, two-step rule that's almost like a little poem. First, you find your place and look next door. Then, if the digit is 5 or more, add one more. If it's 4 or less, let it rest. That's it. So easy.
Okay, let's put that rule into action right now. We've got the number 3.46. How would we round it to the nearest tenth? Take a second and think about that rule we just learned.
So, let's walk through it. First, we find our place, the tenths place, which is holding the 4. Then, we look next door to the hundredths place, and we see a 6. Since 6 is 5 or more, our rule tells us to add one more to our place. So the 4 rounds up to a 5. And just like that, 3.46 becomes 3.5. See? You've got this.
Fantastic. You are really starting to get the hang of this. So now it's time for you to take the driver's seat and show what you know. Here comes a quick little challenge to practice your new rounding skills.
Okay, here's your problem. Can you round the number 8.764 to the nearest hundredth? Remember those 2 simple steps. You can pause here if you need a moment to think it over. Great job! Let's see how you did. I bet you nailed it. We want to round to the hundredths place, which is the 6. So we look next door to our neighbor, which is a 4. Now, what does the rule say? 4 or less, let it rest. So the 6 just gets to stay put. The answer is 8.76. Excellent work. Wow, we covered a lot today. Let's quickly recap the biggest ideas. First, every single digit has a value that comes from its place. Second, that little decimal point is so important for separating the wholes from the parts. And finally, rounding is an awesome, simple tool to make numbers easier to work with. You all did such an excellent job today. Really, you did. And remember, the
The more you practice with these ideas, the easier it all becomes. Keep exploring the world of numbers, because learning math is a powerful and really fun tool that you can use every single day.
This explainer was prepared and presented by Dr. Taha Abdelaal. Thanks for joining me today. Keep up the fantastic work, learn smart, and think mathematically.